Want to move your go. Is it playing? Okay, good. And then let me know when the camera's on. Yeah? Really? You're supposed to put the audio up first. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marty. I'm here from Haunting Across America with my buddy here, Cameron, who's we're here at the lovely Cheyenne Frontier Days Old West Museum for our live paranormal investigation. We apologize for what's going on. We had some technical difficulties earlier, but we struggled through those, so we're back onto the investigation. We're not going to cut you out of time. You'll have plenty of time to watch what's going on. And right now I'm going to talk to Cameron and let us know why we're here.
Yeah, so first of all, welcome to the Cheyenne Frontiers Old West Museum. We're excited to have you all watching us do this paranormal investigation. As part of our month of celebration for the museum, we're wrapping up with this paranormal investigation brought to you by Haunting Across America. We're excited to have Marty and his team here to do this investigation with us. Since we've all been, I think every staff member here has had some kind of paranormal experience. This is an interesting place. We don't know what's going on here. We're hoping Marty can provide some answers tonight. But we have a lot of really old objects, and while this building was built in the 50s, this is a magnet, we believe, for spirits and for other things around the state. So we're excited to find out what's here and what's been hanging out with us while we work. And so we're excited to have you here.
Yeah, definitely. So you're going to find out tonight whether we actually caught something or not. And obviously, if we're doing a live investigation, you probably did catch something. So,
Yeah.
but we're going to go through some of that. You're going to see that tonight. Right now, we're just going to kind of fill you in what we did here before. And I'm going to ask my wife to come out. And Cameron, thank you. And we'll be
Thank you, Marty.
seeing you here shortly. My lovely wife, Candace, is the other half of Haunting Across America.
Hello, everybody.
wife,
Thank
Candace.
you for joining us tonight.
What Haunting Across America is, we have gone across the country investigating some of the most haunted places there are. We're on every Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Just come out, look for Haunting Across America if you want to see what we do. And we thank you all for showing up tonight. We're here to raise funds for the museum. First and foremost, that's the biggest thing that we want help is this museum to grow. And we ask that you donate. You should have a place to donate while you're watching. If you have any questions, ask questions. We'll be able to respond to those questions tonight. And from right now, we're going to go ahead and roll our intro for the show, and then we'll get right back to you.
Enjoy.
We're back. So we're going to go through a little journey as to what we found while we were here. So the first clip that you're about to see is what we caught while we were in the main room of the museum. In the front side of there is a little cabinet of an Air Force Thunderbirds memorabilia, and this is kind of what we caught there. So stick around, watch the first video. When that's done, we'll come back to us and we'll talk some more about what else we found. My name is Marty. You kind of got my attention there. So, see this little light here? It's going to be really, really nice and easy to touch. See? If you do that, it'll go off. So I have a couple different ways to communicate. I was in the Air Force just like you folks. Can you tell me your name? You had that go off. I saw you touch it. You're more than welcome to touch it. What's your name? Have you lived in China your whole life? Were you on the Frontier Days Committee? I was a security forces member. Oh, hello. Were you too? Were you Army? Were you a National Guardman? Don't be afraid. I've already seen you turn it on once. That helps me know that you're here. If you do that again, we can talk. You touch it once, do you understand me? Can you hear me? Do you want to be left alone? If you want to be left alone, just touch that one time and I'll walk away. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get leaving. You can touch it, see? All right, I'm going to leave now. You guys have any idea what that is over there, that Air Force One?
Well, there's the Air Force. Well, it's just a bunch of Air Force memorabilia for the Thunderbirds.
I had the flashlight going off over there.
Oh, we've never had anything.
The case?
Yeah,
It's
watch.
the red case?
Uh-huh. Let's see if I can get it to do it again. I've got it on film. Film too. Hi. Oh, well. Okay, so you can see.
It takes a lot of force
Yeah.
to do something. Okay.
So you saw that going like that? That's what it was doing over there. I'll put it down. Let's see if you can see it. But it is on camera, so. All right, I'm coming back. I've got a couple of friends, and I can put it here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This time, see, this is what I'm gonna do. Turn it off. Turn it on. Okay, just when it turns on. Okay. So you can see. Okay. All right. So the.
Here we go.
Hi, how you doing? So you guys, yep, okay, you know these guys. See, a few minutes ago, you didn't want to talk to me. You just did it once. Yep, see? Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, so do you want to talk now? Do you know these two folks?
I'm Kyle.
Hi. I take that as a hi.
And I'm Cameron.
You've been here before, haven't you? Look, no hands. Just so, if you want to talk to us, all you have to do is let that light again. All you have to do is touch it, just like you did a couple times already. These folks already know that you're here. Have you watched them before?
Did you crash on this park?
Are you part of any of these team members? These crew members? Those are the Thunderbirds, right? Okay, now you're shy. You saw it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave, I guess. You're fairly shy, so we're going to leave you alone. If you want, you can follow us down anywhere else. We also have some friends that are over on the other side. You can make yourself known to them. All right. Thank you. We're back, everybody. That was our first video of the night. That's what the last investigation we got. As you can see, we had some interaction with something over in the corner. It really was kind of shy with us. The flashlight that you saw, can you grab that flashlight? It's in that thing.
Yep.
The flashlight you saw is just something that we use. We have K2 meters, we have EVP recorders, we have all kinds of stuff like that. But we have found in the case, it's probably over there. Okay. We'll show you that here shortly. Sorry, I apologize. Live TV. It's not easy to do things around here. So what we caught over there, Cameron and myself, we were getting some responses. The flashlight is just another way to communicate with what's up, what might be in the area. I don't typically say that it's a ghost. I don't know if it's ghost. I don't know what it is. But everything is energy. So we present everything to you, and you be the judge and decide what you think these things are. We did catch some audio, so you'll hear sometime during these videos, these clips, you'll hear the sound go up. So you might want to turn your volume on your phones, your TVs, whatever you're watching tonight. Turn it down just slightly so that you don't get your speaker blown out, because we've had to boost some of these things pretty loud. This next clip that we're going to show you here shortly, that was going to be over by the hats collection in the middle of the room. There's a popcorn cart over there. That section was pretty interesting. You're going to see in the video what we caught in that particular spot. We caught a lot of noise, so it's going to be hard to distinguish what you were hearing, but we also did get some of that flashlight communication with us. That's going to be a lot of what you see tonight is that flashlight, only because that was really how we were getting communication with. The K2 meters, the EMF detector, everything that we had just really didn't catch very much. We did get some audio, so you'll hear that as well, like I said. But we're going to roll this next video clip, and show you what we caught over here by the hats. So what I'm doing is I'm walking around, and as I'm walking around with it, I'm asking if anybody wants to talk to me, just make it go off so I can stop. That's what happened over there. I was walking by it, and it just went bloop. And I'm like, huh. And you saw it for yourself. That's why I love this flashlight. It turned on, you saw when it like flickered a little bit, when it was like, when you said your name, it said hi to you. So again, same thing like earlier, if you're here, all you have to do is tap that light and we'll stop and talk to you. Just ever so lightly, see like this. Just do that, and it'll turn on and off. This is where you guys had the hats fall, right?
Yeah, it's like in this area here.
See? Okay, so you want that to go up? Okay, where can I put this down?
You probably
A lip right there.
There's a lip right there.
Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. So apparently you heard us talking, right? Yep. Okay, thank you. You can shut that off. Go ahead, let it go. Thank you. So, just so you see, we were told that you had some hats just in the same area that were knocked off. Was that you who knocked those off? Yes or no?
You're not in trouble.
Are you a child? Are you an adult?
You heard those taps?
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to turn the recorder on for. Okay, so I'm doing a recording. My name is Marty.
I'm Cameron.
Kyle?
We're here. We're here where the hats were supposedly knocked over, and we got a little hit off the flashlight. So if you're not comfortable talking to us with the flashlight, I've got a little device here that can listen to you. All you have to do is go ahead and talk into it. What's your name? Are you from Cheyenne? Hear that? Looks like footsteps over here. That's you. Let us know that's you. You can do different ways. I'd prefer if you touch the little torch there, just tap it like you did earlier. We were able to see you. That gives us a better idea that you're here. Knocking works too. But that doesn't show us that you're actually here. That just kind of lets us just, yep, okay, thank you. Go ahead, you can turn that back off. Appreciate it, see, we can communicate that way. You can tell us yes or no, we'll ask you a yes or no question. If it's yes, you can turn that back on. Do you understand? Do you not understand? If you turn that on, we'll leave you. If you turn it on, we'll stay and we'll talk some more. Is that you making the tapping noise? Right behind us. That time was right.
Yeah, it was on that plexi pretty much.
Yeah, that was right on that glass. We're appreciating you talking to us. We'd like to know your name. And I don't think that's the heater because you guys don't have a heater on right now. Thank you for talking to us. We appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and move on a little bit longer. So the same thing applies to you. If you want to come and follow us, you can. We have some friends over on the other part of the building. You can go ahead and talk to them too. They're more than happy to talk to you. So we're going to go ahead and move on. That's the end of the session. Welcome back, everybody. That was our second clip of the night. So as you saw there, we got a lot of sounds bumping in behind us. The plexiglass that was behind us had I don't remember exactly what was in there at the time. But as Cameron and I were talking, you notice we were hearing some thumps in the background. When you're in this building, we noticed that the roof has a lot of sounds all over the place. So you can't really be sure of what's going on. So the only way that we knew something was really going on right there is we had something right behind us make a loud little tap. So it let us know that we were right there. So in the video you were watching, you saw the flashlight. I told you that I'd have that right here. This is the flashlight that I use. This is the flashlight that we use on most of our investigations. Tonight you'll be able to see this. Hopefully we'll be able to catch some stuff. So we are going to do a live investigation tonight. We have some artifacts that you might be able to see behind me on the table back there, but you'll see those in a little while. And we're going to see if we can catch anything while we're here live. We will try to do some other spots tonight, depending on how we were able to move around. But we'll get to that point once you see how everything is going around here. We will in the middle take a short break, about a 10-15 minute break, so that you can go get some more popcorn, get a drink, go to the bathroom, because we still got a couple hours to go. So this next clip you're going to see is right over to this side here. My left, probably your right if I remember right. I don't know, that whole military left thing, right thing, you never know. So over back here there's a little hose cart that they used to fight fires a long time ago. That hose cart they used to attach horses. Cameron will explain a little more in that video what that whole thing is. But we were catching some really cool stuff back there. We had some interactions with something. So when you come in next time to the museum, you can see that hose cart and meet whatever was back there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start that clip right now. My flashlight likes to strike again. It's never failed. That's why I like it. If there's something here, it will find it. So, oh, why is it not going on? You have to make it easy for them. Okay.
Well, there's a hose cart here.
Whoa. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the horse cart, you said? Is this the fire cart?
Yeah, these are hose carts, so they would carry the.
Oh.
Yep. So what you do is you attach a horse, and then these would get pulled with it.
Okay. Is there anywhere I will set on this pedestal?
Yeah, you can sit right there.
Okay, we're going to. Calm down.
Calm down.
Okay. So, as before, I'm going to turn on this little recorder. My name is Marty.
And I'm Cameron.
And, hi, how are you doing? We're here to talk to you. If you want to know.
That's the roof expanding. Yep.
That sounds like walking. I can see why you think that is.
Yep.
My name, again, is Marty, and we're here just to come visit you. We don't know who you are. This is a way for us to communicate with you. If you want to talk to us, you can do it visually, just as you did before. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, thank you. Is your name Steve? Were you a team member on these hose carts? Did you die while doing fires, working fires? Do you understand who we are? Have you ever seen Cameron here before? Yep, okay, thank you, appreciate it. Have you seen the other two folks that are walking around with us? I have two friends that are walking around too. One's my wife, you can say hi to her. I'm sure they'll appreciate talking to you. Just like we are right now. Cameron, you have any questions?
Are you the child who's leaving the footprints everywhere?
Are you a child? Are you a lady? If you want us to stay, yeah, okay, we'll stay. Thank you. You can go ahead and shut off. Appreciate it. Thank you. But you got to talk to us. So, what's that? Did you hear that? Sounded like somebody walking behind us, but I don't think that was.
No, I don't think.
That sounded like it was right there.
It's hard to tell because I can't tell if it's the roof
Or something in there.
Yeah.
Was that you? Are you walking around here right now?
Are you one of these women in the banners?
Nice question. Yep. Okay, so you are. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So she's one of the women. Were you a former?
Miss Frontier?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Are you on this right side wall from where I'm at? All you gotta do is touch that light if you are.
Are you directly in front of us?
How about on our left side? Are you somewhere else in the building on a picture? Okay. Well, I think we're gonna get going if you're not gonna talk to us any longer. All right. Thank you for talking to us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming back to us live again. We're here at the Cheyenne Frontier Days Old West Museum. What you just saw there was Cameron and our interaction with what we think is one of the lovely ladies that's on the banners up there. One of Cheyenne Frontier Days queens. So when you come in, you'll be able to say hi to them. This next clip that we're going to show here shortly is one of my favorite. There's a lot of interaction there. But before we play that, we're going to go ahead and take about a 10 to about 15-minute break so we can get set up and do that live investigation that we talked about. So we're going to go ahead and hit the restart, go take a break, do what you need to do. We'll be right back.
I had the
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming back to us. I know that was a long 20-minute break, but we wanted to make sure that you had the best view of what we're going to show you here. We come back with Cameron. He's going to talk a little bit about why we're here again and what your donations do for the museum as a whole and why we're doing this fundraiser to begin with. So Cameron?
Yeah, so, you know, this whole month of October has been dedicated to the museum. And for the museum month, we want to raise $30,000 to help keep the lights on, to help provide a home for the spirits that do live here. But also your donations tonight can help us build new great exhibits, like similar to the one we have in our carriage hall. You can't see it right now, but we recently just rehung all the Miss Frontier banners all along the ceiling of the carriage hall here. It also helps us maintain our collections, which you can see behind us. This is just a small snippet of what we have, probably like an 8% of what we have in the collection space right now. But it also helps with our education programs. So helping us to continue to preserve the legacy of Shine Frontiers and educate our international audience on the things of what Shine Frontiers is and the legacy of Shine Frontiers is. So so this is just part of our big fundraising month, and we're excited to have Haunting Across America here to help us raise some funds. You guys, there's a link in our chat box at cfdartshow.com/make a donation. You guys can make a donation out there. Otherwise, just find the link in the chat box, either on Facebook or YouTube. I know it's there in both. I posted it myself. So make sure you donate to us so we can keep the lights on, keep doing these great things, and continue to partner with our community partners like Haunting Across America. So.
And they really need the lights on because you see it's really, really dark tonight.
Yeah.
No, that's all kidding aside. We appreciate you spending your Halloween night with us for the next probably an hour and a half or so. We still have more clips to show you, but right now we're going to show you some of the stuff that we have here, and we're going to find out whether or not the spirits in this building want to talk to us. They were talking to us a little bit ago, but of course you can't see that, so I'm going to switch sides with you. I'm going to bring in another guest. If you want to come on in.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the world?
All right. Good evening. My name is Mike Castle. I'm the Associate Director and Curator here at the Cheyenne Frontier Days Old West Museum.
That means he'll hurt us if we mess up at this stuff.
Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
Right.
So Mike's going to teach you what's behind us. I don't even know what's behind us, and as you can see, we've got a couple little objects back here with Mike. This is an EMF detector. If you've seen paranormal shows in the past, the EMF detector will show whether or not energy is around. We also have our voice recorder, which after this show, we're going to put this out again, an edited version, obviously. And if we catch any recordings or anything like that while we're here, we'll put that back out on the video. So, and then on that side over here, we have the flashlight that you saw earlier. We did get a couple little blips on it earlier. So you'll see later, there is supposedly a little spirit that runs around here, a little girl, and she likes to be mischievous. And we had a little light right beneath the camera to show more light to us, and it shut it off on us. So if we're a little darker than we were earlier, that's part of the problem. Miss Lucy is her name, and she's fun to be around. If you're here tonight, you want to show the audience that you're here, all you got to do is turn that light on just like you did last time, or you can talk into the camera, or even you got a new little toy to play with that you can go ahead and you can touch. So as Mike shows these objects, if there's anything here that would like to talk to us, you can use the same thing as well. There's a little flashlight there. All you got to do is touch the flashlight, just like that, and it'll turn on and off, just like that, so that the audience can see that you're here. Again, if you want to talk, you can talk to us in that little recorder right there. Just speak right into it, and we'll be able to hear you later. And just light this up. There's several little lights on here. All you gotta do is move that light to whatever color you want to talk to us. So Mike's gonna start talking about these objects that he has for us.
All right. Okay, well, I really appreciate the opportunity to do this. As Cameron was saying, this is a very tiny amount of our collection that we have in our building right now. Some of the stuff we know, some of the stuff we don't. Some of this has not had a history with it, so we're glad to see everybody here. So we've just had some interesting experiences with everything that you see here on the table.
Okay.
All right. Now, for instance, this doll that we have right over here isn't even an artifact. This was made by a volunteer for our kids' room probably about 20 years ago. But interesting things have happened with it. So it's been put in the back closet until tonight, so I don't know what's going to happen with this particular piece. All right, so then we have other interesting things. This fireman's axe was part of our fireman's display. It does come from the city of Cheyenne. So it is possible that at fires or other emergencies, it's been used, but somehow found its way into our collection. The other box we have over right here, which we have, is filled with pants, of all things. We have 5,000 historic garments inside the collection, and they come from the citizens of our community. Histories are unknown. And again, there's just some people that think that there's something about a piece in there, we just don't know which one. All right, so that should be interesting. And again, no stories associated with any of these particular pieces. The other thing are these hats up here in the front. Now these hats and the wooden cigar store Indian that you have behind are associated, not particularly with each other, but something that happened with them. Just the same, the brown cloche that you see here and the purple cloche are from the 1920s, and they're really wonderful little examples of what people would have worn here during Cheyenne Frontier Days, during the early days of rodeo last century. The last but not least is probably the piece we know the most about. That cigar store Indian was actually on the side of the Irwin Brothers circus wagon. And we're talking about the time period between 1900 and 1914, 1917. When we pulled that out of the collection 2 years ago, it was far in the back. It had never been seen for about 30 years. I found it, I uncovered it, and then I started doing some research on what it was. And apparently, the Irwin Brothers, who are two of the founders of Cheyenne Frontier Days in its modern iteration today, had this on the side of a circus wagon that they pulled around to have a Cheyenne Frontier Days Wild West show that toured the country. And I even found a panoramic photograph from 1913 that showed that wagon, and sure enough, right on the side of the wagon, there she was. Everything else about the Irwin Brothers is gone from that particular show, but she remains.
Oh, wow. And from what I understand earlier when we were showing the video about the area with the hats, this was part of that whole story with the hats falling down. Can you talk a little bit about it?
It was one of the strangest things that I've ever seen. I could not explain it. The hats themselves were in with 3 others that were inside a 5-sided glass box. When it's set down on its pedestal, there's no air movement, there's no way for people to touch it. It's a perfectly safe, stable, static environment. So we had these 2 hats plus 3 others in a nice arrangement, and we were about ready to put out the Cigar Store Indian. We had a new pedestal put out, and it was going to face people as they came into our main exhibit. When we set the Cigar Store Indian up, it was laying down, and then when we set it up, the very instant she rocked back onto her base, all the hats in that stand blew off.
Oh, wow.
And including those 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely, that was what we were seeing earlier when you were getting the responses we were asking about the hats. That was the object that was there when that hat thing happened. And obviously there's 2 hats here. So if there's anything, before we go on, if there's anything that wants to talk to us, do you know why you knocked over those hats? Was it an accident? We talked to you before, and the audience got to see you. So if you're here, just let us know. Just go ahead and touch that flashlight just like we did before, and we can talk. Well, Mike, I had a question about it. You said something about this little doll here. Have you experienced anything around it?
I have to honestly say I haven't.
Okay. Any
But
stories that you know?
Any stories that I know, it's just a matter that when people walked into the kids' room, what I remember is that they always felt uncomfortable if this doll was sitting in a certain location.
Really?
One of the strangest stories we do know is that one of our staff people decided it was time to rework the kids' room and threw the doll away. 3 days later, it was back in the same location.
Oh, wow. I got the heebie-jeebies. Is it here now?
Yeah, I have no idea why it came back or how it came back.
So, interesting thing that he's talking about that child's room. There is a clip that you'll see here shortly about the children's room, and that clip is rather interesting as to what we get. And that's the one I was telling you that's my favorite, because that children's, you can't see it, but we can see it. The little flashlight that's, again, that we were using to light ourselves up just went off. So Lucy is not responding to us this way. She's turning off the flashlight in front of us. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate it. And we wish you could see that. Apparently she's a little camera shy at the moment. But again, that little area that you'll see back there is rather interesting. It's one of the next couple clips that we have. Mike, the pants you were talking about.
Yes.
when I was here the very first time, I think it was back in January when I was here, we went through the area where all these clothes were, and we had an incident in the back room. The EMF detectors back there, you guys have a lot of electricity running through that area.
We do.
It's a very hot, active area with electricity, so EMF detectors absolutely do not work worth a dime back in that area, let's put it that way. The only way we were able to get it to work, we shut off some of those lights and we didn't get it calmed down. But in that same room with all these pants and everything, we were going through with that EMF detector, and we happened to hit upon an old World War II uniform.
Yes.
Which made the EMF detector go off. We pulled that off the shelf, we looked through it, it kept going off for us. But we didn't have a whole lot of time back then. This is pre issues that we're currently going through. But we were gonna do that investigation back then. So just to tell you, these pants and these clothes in that area, there's something about them.
There's something about it.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think, that's something that we talk about in paranormal world, attachment. Objects that somebody really had a affinity, passion for, something that was close to a person, tends to have the attachment of possibly what we think is a spirit, or could be just like a record player, just playing back that moment in time that this object was around. History and paranormal kind of go together, because when you dig back into the history of something and you hear the ghost stories around it, well, that ghost story comes with a story about the object itself. You have hats. We don't know who wore them, or do you guys know at all?
We don't know.
We don't know how long they had them for. We don't know anything about those hats, except that the hats themselves have a story to tell. And that's what history is. That's why this museum is such an important piece of Cheyenne's history. It houses a lot of things that, from Cheyenne Frontier days, from the Old West, that we ourselves can't witness. But being in this area, you can kind of reach back into that past. You can kind of see those objects and those things, and kind of think about what it was like to live in that time. You know, you've got this wooden cigar statue. It still gives me the heebie-jeebies just looking at it right now. It just has this feeling like it's just staring at you whenever you're around it. But that's just a creepy feeling, you know. When you're in an old building, you tend to have those feelings of creepiness. Mike, is there anything else in here besides what we have on the table that you personally have had any experiences with?
Oh, none that I actually would be able to say that I didn't imagine something. But there are some interesting stories, especially with an old fire door that we were working on that's automatic, that's supposed to go off when the alarms kick on. We've got something that divides the building in half. But it hadn't worked for years, and the facilities man and myself actually pulled it out of the wall and took apart the motor mechanism to start working on it to get it to work again. Worked on it all day, and then we pushed the door back into its alcove where it sat. The next morning we got back at 7:30 to finish the work. The door was closed all the way across the hallway.
Oh, wow.
There was no power to it.
That is an interesting. And later on, this building, when we first came to investigate here, we had no real ideas as to what was going on. I never knew that it was possibly haunted. I've heard stories, people have said stories, but we wanted to see for ourselves. So we reached out, and the museum was gracious to allow us to come in and do this investigation. I'm a huge history buff. And like I said earlier, paranormal and history kind of go together. Those stories, there she goes again.
Yeah, she's active.
She's active, but she doesn't want to show us up front. We enjoy going across the country and witnessing some of these historic places that we've been to. And to have something like this in Cheyenne close by where you can reach back into that history. We have carts of all different types here. There's a hearse cart that's here.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when we were doing the investigation last time, we didn't find anything there, but the fact that they have a cart in here that was drawn specifically for carrying coffins around, that's an interesting thing. And you can't see that much of anywhere else. The history in here is just insanely amazing. We have those carts that you saw earlier. When you're here, you actually can get to see them better because there's more light there. But that fire cart, that's pieces of history that you'll never get again. And that's why we're here. That's why we're asking for you to help while you're watching the show. Help donate to the museum. If you can't donate, I'm sure that volunteers, you guys ask for volunteers.
We would love the help that people can give us. This is a place that requires passion, and we know that volunteers have that type of passion to help this history come to life.
Yep. Well, history's coming to life tonight, obviously. we appreciate whatever you do. $1 here, $1 there. Anything helps to keep this beautiful, amazing building going. I know they've expanded in the past.
And we'll expand again.
The hallway that's behind the camera, which you can't see right now, when you watch the clips a little bit later, you're going to see some interesting stuff that was going on just behind us. And look at this. Who turned that back on?
Nobody. There's nobody standing next to it,
Okay.
except for maybe Lucy.
Yeah. So Lucy, again, she's making jokes tonight. She's having fun with us. I wish you could see it. We might next time stick a camera back here so you can see what's going on that way. Otherwise, but thank you, Mike, for talking to us about what's back here.
Absolutely.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to start the next clip here in about 2 seconds so you can see what's going on. And we'll be right back after that clip. Thank you. Hang on. Come on. Turn on. Okay. Just like we've been doing before, if you want to talk to us, go ahead and turn this on. My friend here, Crystal, she says that she can sense you. So, if you make this go off, we can talk to you too. Wait, hold on. Make sure it goes. All you gotta do is touch this. It goes like that, just like that. Let it go. Okay? Just touch it lightly. You wanna go back up here? Where was it you got touched?
It was on the other side.
Okay. You wanna go through it?
Stairs. There's stairs right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we kept getting some. We didn't get anything to speak to us.
Okay. If you're in here, all you gotta do is touch the little light. I'll know you're here. I came here early. I wanted to sit up here for some reason.
Cause he hangs out mostly on this side. We came over here like I think 3 times.
I was drawn to this corner by myself.
Yeah.
But I didn't stop and go in there. I thought about going up
We
there.
didn't go in there. We stood like right here.
Okay.
With the thing.
Put that upstairs. Come on. You're screwing with me. The light's not wanting to work right now. Okay. So, I don't know who you are. You've drawn me to this corner by myself. And now you've drawn me and Crystal here to this corner. And you drew her and Candace to this corner. So, if you're here, wherever you are, I have several little things that can help talk to us. You can tell us your story. There's a little thing on the floor there, on the stairs. If you get near it and touch it, it'll turn on. And I'll be able to see that you're here. Or up here, there's a little orange light. If you talk into that little orange light, we'll be able to hear you as well. Or, if you can make a noise while we're standing here, that'll also let us know that you're here. And I know you're here. Do you freaking hear that?
I hope it sounded.
That was like, I'm
outside,
over
but,
here. Oh, look at this. That sounded like, I'm over here. That was not outside. That was like,
no, it sounded like.
like here.
It's
Yeah, like
like
it came
in
there, the
the
wall.
Yeah.
That sounded like, what does it sound like to you? I'm over here or
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, I hope we got that. If that was you, please let us know again. You got our attention. Are you in that other room? We think we heard you. You can do that again so we can hear you. All right, I think we're going to leave this place. Thank you for, if that was you, thank you. We appreciate it. All right, everybody, thanks for coming back. I hope you liked that last clip. That was one of the most interesting clips, EVP-wise, that we've ever caught. We actually were able to catch that on the camera and our recorders back here. We also heard it with our ears. We don't know exactly. I don't want to tell you what it said, or at least what we thought it said, but all I know is that we heard it very loud and very pronounced. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you what it said, for at least what we thought it said. I asked whether or not, or I knew that it was there. And we hear in the very background, "I'm right here." That was very, very loud. 2 people heard it, the camera heard it. I hope you heard it. And when we put this video back out, we'll also put it in the audio and boost that up so you can possibly hear that. So I want to take a second and show what Haunting Across America really is about. It's not just about ghosts. We love to investigate ghosts, but we've been doing this for quite some time. My wife and I, we've been doing it since we were dating, and that was about, what, 6 years? So it's been a long time. And I've been investigating for about 10 years myself. I do this for me as something to have fun and reach back into the past, and that history-wise, I get to go into a lot of different places and see a lot of cool things that most people don't get to see. However, I love to share that with my family. So I'm going to take a second. Thank you, Lucy, for turning that back off again. I'm going to introduce my whole entire family with my son. Antonio, you want to come up here? He's our tech guy for tonight. He's doing some stuff back there. So he's the one switching through videos and showing you the different stuff. So blame him if there's any problems. This is my son, Antonio. Antonio, how long have you been doing this with us?
Been doing this for about 3 years now, I think.
Yep, they were little guys when they first started this. Antonio is now an adult. I know I don't look that old, but he's an adult, and I do this with my family, with my daughter, Marissa. Marissa is my daughter. She's been doing this with Antonio just as long.
The flashlight.
The flashlight just fell.
Okay, we just had, who said something about a flashlight earlier falling? Mike,
I don't
where are
even
you? And my lovely wife, Candace, you want to come in? This is what we do it for. We do it for family. It's not about just going around and looking for ghosts. We do it as family time. We do it to enjoy each other's time. So tonight I brought them along again to do another investigation with us. And my lovely daughter's doing her little dances in the corner. I don't know if you saw those or not, but we love doing this, and we love coming out to show you what we're able to find. We love for you to come out and enjoy what we find and try to find it yourself when you're here. Pull your cell phone out. Use the recorder on your cell phone and see if you catch a voice or two when you're walking around here. Take a video when you're walking around. Take pictures. That's why we do it, so you can see what we find. So, once again, my lovely family here. Flamely. Live TV again. My lovely family. All right, go ahead and back to your spots. I love you guys.
I've been vanished.
Vanished. All right, so as soon as Antonio gets back to his spot, we're going to go ahead and roll the next clip. This next clip is associated with that children's room that we were talking about earlier. I think, is that what's our next clip, Antonio? But I don't know. We're going to go ahead and play that clip, and we'll see you soon. That's creepy. Still recording? Did you hear that? It sounded like a cry or...
Yeah.
It's Marty and Crystal in the main original entrance of the museum. We'd like to say hi to whoever is here. We don't know who you are. We've both been drawn to this corner. We seem to feel like somebody's here with us. So we have a couple of devices, a couple of things that can pick you up and let us know that you're here. We have a little torch on that right-hand side. If you just tap it, it'll turn on and let us know that you're here. It'll go really red, just like you saw earlier. And then right next to it, there's a little orange light. If you talk into that little orange light, we'll be able to hear you. Do you understand us? If yes, go ahead and turn that light on. Why does it sound like a kid? Do you hear that? Like a cat or a kid. Oh, hi.
Kid.
How you doing? Kid? You can turn that off. Thank you. So there is something back here in this corner. Are you trying to scare us? Have you been following us? That did it when we turned around. That kind of creeps me out. Yeah, okay, you did it when we turned around. Okay? You can turn that off now. Go ahead, turn it off. You're not scaring us. Turn it off. Turn it off. Quit messing around and turn the thing off. It's trying to scare us.
Yeah.
Turn the light off.
You're a trickster ghost.
Don't make me use the name of the God. I will. Turn that light off now. 1, 2. In the name of Jesus Christ, turn the light off. Thank you. Can't deny that power. You seem like you try to scare people that come back here. And I don't appreciate that. People come to this museum to enjoy the museum. And to have someone who likes to scare people is not cool. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are. But we appreciate if you don't. Huh? What?
A girl.
A girl? That's what you got? Okay, girl. Okay. So if it's a girl.
Are you Lucy?
You heard of Lucy earlier? Oh, okay. Lucy? Huh?
Yeah, I've been looking for her.
Okay, so good job. You gotta give you some of that. That's a good job. Okay, so you've been looking for Lucy. But okay.
This is why I kept being pulled here.
Because she was over here? Okay. Okay, you got our attention now. So why are you trying to scare people? You are. We know that. Okay? Tell us why.
Are you trying to play?
Okay? So you want to play? Okay? If you want to play, we can play. Just don't scare people. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, let's go get it. You want to grab them?
I can go. Are you good by yourself?
Yeah, I'm good here. I'm not afraid of this thing. Go ahead and turn off the light. We're not going to play that again. We're going to bring you something if you want to play, but you got to turn off that light. Work with me here. Turn off the light. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it off. You're hurting my eyes. I'm going to do it again. Since you left, it hasn't turned off. You come back and it turns off. All right, so let me see. All right, we have something for you. I'm going to see if you can do it. See that? Okay. you're more than welcome to play with it. Now you just touch it. It'll go off. It's just like you've been doing with the flashlight. So your name is Lucy, you said, right?
Yeah.
How old do you think she is?
Maybe 9 or 10, somewhere in there.
You're a big girl? Oh my God. That got me. If that's you, do that again. Are you 10? Are you older? Are you younger? I think it's had enough. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave. But like I said before, don't scare anybody else. There's no need to scare people. If you want to talk to us, you can. Just come around and follow us. All right? Thank you. That was interesting. All right, everybody, we're back. Thank you for seeing that last interaction. That's our little girl that we were talking about, Lucy, we believe is here. And as you've seen for the previous clips, everything is kind of coming together and you can see what's going on. We and the staff here have found something really interesting the last time we were here. The staff told me about a little tiny footprint that they found. It was in this corner back here. Was it on this side? Or no, it's over.
It's over on this side.
There's a little tiny footprint that's there. It looked like they said it was a wet footprint, and from what I know, it's still there right now. And tonight, we were told after the last time we were here, there happened to be another little footprint, I guess. My wife was there.
There's about 3 or 4 of them right here behind me on my right-hand side.
What did they look like?
They look like just little kid footprints.
Somebody was saying that it looked like they were jumping back and forth over the car.
Yes.
So there's something that's running around here. The little boys, as you saw before, I guess told us that they weren't the ones that were doing it. So we assumed that it might be Lucy, but Lucy doesn't want to tell us whether or not it's her. And my wife also has stories of her own when we were here. I didn't do all the work myself, even though I tried. But I didn't do all the work myself. My wife and our friend that you saw in the video a little bit ago, Crystal, they also did some investigating, and she can kind of give you the stories of what happened with her. I hadn't put them on the video yet. There is a lot of stuff. You might have heard us talking in that hallway about Crystal being touched. So my wife was there. She can kind of tell you what it was like.
And in that same hallway, which is the one here behind us, this side,
Yes.
our side, yes.
Where the exit sign is, if you can see it.
Yep, we were walking down the hallway. She was leading the entire way. I was right behind her, and she was holding the K2 meter, which is this device here with the green light on it. She was holding it up in front of her, and it was doing a little bit, but not too much as far as the lights. And she jumped back really fast, about jumped out of her skin. I about dropped the camera, and she had gotten touched in that hallway on her hand.
And we will add more of that video. There was a lot what you haven't seen here tonight, but to fit into a couple of hours with you, there's only so much that we can put into. So what you're watching tonight is some of the most compelling of the evidence that we got to see.
Mm-hmm.
This next clip that you're going to see here is going to be our last one. I do apologize. We've loved being here with you all. We've enjoyed the night. The staff has enjoyed the night. But we want to let you get to your Halloween night and finish it up with your families. And this will be the end. Once we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. But the next clip you're going to see is something not to be afraid of. We put this clip in specifically to show you what some things are that we were able to find here. We've been told stories about the building that they've had stuff move in this one room. They've had things pushed. So they've had some really scary stories about this particular room that you're going to see in this next clip. And we had to see for ourselves. So if you come to the museum, don't be afraid. It's nothing that we think is bad. We just think something is kind of irritated or angry. So we let it be. But we're gonna go ahead and roll the clip so you can see for yourself.
And before we do go, I also wanted myself to say thank you guys again for watching us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. And on behalf of Haunting Across America and everybody here at the Old West Museum, happy Halloween.
Go ahead and roll the clip.
Because I need you.
You didn't catch any of that?
I think so too, but it's gonna.
Oh yeah, it did, but he just wasn't ready for it.
You're coming in here.
Sorry. He was just like, and
No, you're in here.
right as the camera goes off every damn time. No, actually.
You do not scare me.
Oh really?
I don't care what you think you've done before in the past.
Man, shut off my camera.
Yeah, I did. It shut off the camera.
I had my GoPro on, and I walked
Yeah,
into the
look.
room and I started talking, and all of a sudden,
You saw that.
it's off the
Yeah.
camera. And then I had to restart it to show it.
Ah, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm back in here again. We're not messing around with you. I don't know what you are.
But currently on their Facebook page.
We've been told you push things, you knock things around.
Hang on. I will win.
It is cold right here. If you are here, show yourself. I've got a little recorder here. And tell your story. I got a little flashlight here too. You don't have to shut our stuff off. You can communicate with us. We've been able to talk to everybody else peacefully in this building. But you, some reason, think you can scare people. And I'm not afraid of you. Even Crystal might be somewhat afraid of you.
Afraid, just cautious.
But I am not afraid of you. You will stay in this place when we leave here. You will not come follow us at all. You are not allowed, and you do not have permission to leave this place. But you also don't have permission to scare people in this building. I felt you walking by this place earlier, with that sensation. And for people to work here and to be afraid of you is wrong. So from now on, you're not allowed to scare people. You're not allowed to harm anyone. You're not allowed to throw things. And if you think you are, you're sorely mistaken. So I'm going to leave this room. And you're not going to leave this room with us. And you'll leave people alone. Get the light. Huh? I need this drink of water. That was crazy.
Being with us, like I said earlier, tonight is a great night. It's a blue moon. Get out there and see the blue moon. Just as the saying goes, once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon.
This is something that we've done once in a blue moon. You get to see a live investigation. You get to see what we caught evidence-wise, and spend some time with the staff here at the Old West Museum to kind of give you an idea, like the history that's here. We're going to let you go here in about 2 minutes. We're going to continue on and do a couple more things here in the building, so that way when we put this video back out, there'll be more stuff to see. So don't think when we put this video out that it's just going to be the same stuff. You're going to want to look at the rest of this video and see what we've caught after the fact. We couldn't do this completely live and walk around for you guys. It's kind of difficult to do that. Just like the museum was saying, they need funds to do things, and we do as well. So to get this stuff to do live would be very, very difficult. So we appreciate you bearing with us in the technical difficulties we had earlier this afternoon, but you've been a great audience. We've seen your comments. We are also able to see how many folks have been watching us, and we've had some really dedicated fans out there. Lucy just turned off the light
Lucy
again.
just turned the lights off.
We've enjoyed being with you guys tonight, and we appreciate it. My wife, you have anything left?
Well, you pretty much said everything that I wanted to say. Once again, thank you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the events tonight, and please help the Old West Museum keep up with this beautiful building, the history, the tours, everything.
Oh yes, and like she said, like, share, subscribe. Haunting Across America. As soon as things get back to a normal situation, we will be traveling again. One of the places we like to travel to is to St. Augustine, Florida. So if you watch our videos, you'll see some stuff that we've got of that. But thank you again, and have a good night. Happy Halloween,
Happy
everybody.
Halloween, everybody. Thank you.
Hit antenna.